welcome back, everyone, to another Sunday night of shenanigans. Got three very lovely ladies here with me for Mother's Day. Well, we were going to have three very lovely ladies, but unfortunately, Bianca's had to pull out. She's crook as a dog, so hopefully she gets better very soon. We're definitely going to have her on another week, so and I think we're even going to catch up at some point for a thrift. So we talked about that a while ago, but we haven't got around to that yet. We've got Sarah here, the Savvy Collector Etsy. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, and JT as well. Hello,
everybody.
Two of the amazing reseller mothers in the reseller community, and we got Judda replacing Bianca as a late in. Thanks for coming on, man.
Sorry, you got to look at me instead of Bianca, but thanks for having me, Wayno. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it'll be good. It's been a while since you've been. Have you only been on once or twice?
This is my third go, so I always come for the big moments. I was there for the inaugural, I was there for the birthday, and now I'm here for the Mother's Day. So I just step up. They call me Clutch. I just step up for the big moments. So good to be back.
Gets off the pine and comes in and snags a couple.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we had a few technical difficulties too before we come on. We almost didn't make it ourselves. So yeah, we'll say hello to the chat. The chat's a bit interesting. I saw a comment earlier today from Brad, and I think he deleted it. Brad wrote, "I'm in first before anyone else or whatever," but now it's gone. So the hub is in.
I responded to that. I seen that, and
did you?
Yes, because I said I was coming in to do the exact same thing, and yeah, Brad beat me, but mine was deleted too. So he definitely didn't delete his comment.
Oh, that's weird. Actually, I updated the thumbnail and stuff, so maybe got deleted from that. Yeah. Jazzy, Tobes, there you go, mate. Pre-owned Princess. Chris collects things, and he also sells things, and he still hasn't changed his name. Happy Mother's Day. Hold on. I see we might be moving Lena. Furlong. Can't say, but have fun. No worries, man. We'll catch up soon anyway. Thrift and Odd Style. The Disgruntled Octopus. Wayno's Cut-Priced Angels. Cara. Books along with stuff. Sarah's Instagram. Everyone head over there. The link is in the description as well.
Thank you.
Over Flipper Lady Edition.
Similar vocal range too.
Yeah.
Yes, Happy Mother's Day. I probably should have said that's some kind of Happy Mother's Day. I will. I'll do it after that. All about that Tash. JT's link. Go and watch. JT's just started. You've just started doing some videos again. I was watching, catching up on a couple today. I'm way behind in everyone's YouTube videos. I've been pretty busy.
Trying to get a couple out.
Yeah. Scotty Bowden. Roblox-based videos. Hey, gum. Brad Lena's channel. Just had Sarah and Bianca on in your latest video, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Did, yes. Great day. We had a blast. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Sarah was the winner of the day. She got the couple of big bangers out of that one. So
yeah, the unexpected items.
It was a good video. I enjoyed that one. Danielson, Oz Riley, Leah Madison.
That's my sister. Hi, Leah.
Eve. Happy Mother's Day. And g'day, Daniel. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to my mum, who I know is watching. I went and saw her today. I took the new puppy out there, and they've got a puppy, and they ran around for 2 hours straight, non-stop, and I brought Nelson home, and he's just slept ever since.
Oh, tuck it out.
But it was a good afternoon, good lunch for him. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to my two other mothers, Kelly and Nikki, who have been on my channel. They yell at me way more than my original mother for doing stupid things. Two very, very close friends. So yeah, happy Mother's Day. Kelly's kids mainly are the reason my nickname is Uncle Wayno. So very close. And because it is Mother's Day, we'll talk a bit about your kids if you guys want. JT, you've got one.
Yeah, I've got a little 2.5-year-old. Pardon?
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, she's 2.5 now. Born preemie, 29 weeks. I had her, so very, very scary to start with that journey.
Yeah.
Like 70 days, something like that. Like now at 2.5, she wouldn't even. Oh gosh, she runs rings around me, that's for sure. But she's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how you handle everything you do on top of raising her. Like, I don't know how any of you guys do it really. But how do you manage that?
Just make it work. Pretty much. Like I don't know. It's like I'm lucky enough that I can access day. Well, I have her in daycare 3 days a week. She goes to my mum's for 2 days a week, and then because my partner's a shift worker, so if my partner can be home for her, Tuesday or Thursday, then that works. But I only kind of do still, and that.
I think JT might have cut out.
What was that?
Oh,
are you there? I think my technical difficulties have rubbed on.
Yeah, I think you just make it work. You just no excuses, and you do what you got to do and get the day done, and move on to the next day.
That's it.
Yeah.
And what about you, Sarah?
I've got two boys. We've got a 10-year-old Tyler. He's our little rising footy star, obsessed with football.
Awesome.
And then we have our little monster 3-year-old Arlo. He keeps us on our toes. He's very curious little boy. But he's in daycare 3 days a week. So Monday and Fridays he's home with me. So basically those days I don't do anything. I just stay home with him. And the other 3 days in the week I'm a freelance food stylist as well as a reseller. So they're my 3 days of work, basically. I'm available for styling, and also it's when I do my running around and shopping and stuff.
Yeah. And what about you, Bradlina?
Yes, so I got the young bloke. He's coming up 4 in August. Managed pretty well. We sort of run as a team, Kate and I. She works for herself as well, so she's a psychologist. So she's very busy through the week. He's in daycare of a Monday, a Wednesday. I have him on a Tuesday, so I get drafts done to suit around that time, so I can actually sort of focus the Tuesdays with him. I'll do my packing and stuff the night before. I get up at 5 o'clock every day, so I'm up a couple of hours before him. I get a couple of hours working in that time, so I just sort of work around that. Kate has him of a Friday. His grandmother's rotate having on a Thursday, so yeah, we've just sort of made it work via teamwork. Because like Sarah said, with her young fella, when they're that age, they are very adventurous and full on. And Eli's no exception. He has my ADHD and does not stop. So
It's next level.
It's something that's very foreign to me, having kids. So it blows me away when I see like some of resellers' numbers, like are way better than mine, and they're raising like a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old at the same time. Like, I just can't believe it. Like Kel's, she's starting her reselling journey last month or two. She's got a little girl who's 1 in a couple of weeks, and she is full on. Like, it's 24/7. Like, you know, you can't take your eye off her. Like, it's just like, wow, having a puppy's hard enough.
Basically the same. Puppies
all right. Well, Sarah, I'm interested to know more about what you actually do, because we haven't actually had much contact, the two of us.
No.
I was following you, but I never really saw, Instagram just shows you sort of
algorithms. It's all
yes, the algorithms. So, and I don't even think you were following me. So, I'm interested to know more about sort of what you do and where you sell. Do you predominantly just sell on Etsy?
Basically, yeah. So I started this business when Arlo was 2 weeks old. I was on unpaid maternity leave, and I knew I needed to be making some kind of money while I was home for the year. So I thought I always wanted to start reselling. Op shopping's always been a massive, massive passion of mine. My whole home is basically op shop finds. So I started up my Etsy shop. That was the very beginning. That later on turned into an Instagram account as well. And I started selling on Instagram, but then of course those algorithms, they kicked in and a lot of people weren't seeing my posts. So I'd go to all the effort of doing a drop and it'd lead to no sales. So basically I made a decision last year, everything's going to go straight to Etsy. There are a few key items which I'll list on eBay, things that I know will sell there and not on Etsy. And then I've recently opened up a stall at a brand new vintage shop here in Melton, the Ray Vintage Market. So I've got a nice little corner booth there where I've got a lot of really cool stuff too.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't think we haven't had anyone on that's predominantly just sells on Etsy. I don't know if you guys had anyone on Wide Resell in early days that was like that, Judda, but it's really interesting. Like, I really know nothing about Etsy at all. Like, I don't have. Does it get a lot of traffic, like, compared to like
crazy traffic? Yeah. I mean, they've recently put their fees up, which have made me rethink maybe changing in the future. But the thing is, the amount of traffic that comes through my store, majority of my sales are new customers. So there's a lot of people seeing my stuff. They do have a tendency of just doing an offsite ad. So they'll just all of a sudden advertise something in my shop, which will lead me to a lot of sales. They'll charge me for that, but at least it's leading to sales. So I can't complain.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you guys ever tried Etsy, JT and Judda?
I've bought off Etsy, like, birthday invitation cards. They do the graphics and then I pay to take it to Officeworks and print it out. And that's it. But I've never known about it as a selling platform. Well, for like stuff I would sell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Judda?
Nah, never sold a thing on there, not for me. I've sort of scoped around. I've sniffed around on it and had a look. More so for sourcing. But yeah, no, not for me.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I'm very plain Jane. I don't like change, so I just sell just eBay and that's it, nothing else. Yeah. Do you get many sales? I noticed you post on Instagram saying that you've just listed this to Etsy. Do you get many people on Instagram saying, "Oh, well, I'll just take that straight through Instagram"?
Not very often, no. So like I said, a lot of people don't see my posts. I've got very low interaction on there, which is a real pain in the bum because you do spend a lot of time on your social media, trying to push advertisements and product and stuff. It just doesn't get seen. So, it's more of a courtesy, me putting those pictures up to say, hey, this is there if you want it, go in and check it out. But not very often people message me on Instagram and actually make a purchase there. There is my pre-sale stories. They do tend to get a bit more views. So when I do a big haul, I'll lay everything out that I've just bought and I'll go through each item and I then open up pre-sales. Then I'm not paying fees or anything and it's just easy. I don't have to photograph anything. So just a quick sale, and I do it a bit cheaper then too.
Well, that's what I like about. I do it very, very rarely, but I do put things on a marketplace. That's what I like about marketplace.
Oh,
so much easier. There's no fees. You can take the shittiest photos you want. It's just so much easier. I'll catch up with the chat. It's from when we're talking about kids. Kids are only good for buttering with Angelina Jolie and selling off to the salt boy. And happy Mother's Day to the mothers who donate everything to charity when they make their family clean out their rooms. Yeah, well, Cal, who I was talking about before, I go up shopping with Cal all the time, and she's always donating stuff, but it's always shit she's bought for herself. It's not her kids' stuff that she's cleaning out. Food stylist, or did I hear that wrong?
Yeah, I'm a product stylist as well.
I heard that wrong as well. Then I think. So what is a food stylist? What do you do?
Food stylist. So basically, when you pick up your Coles catalogue and you see the nice cover and the nice lifestyle images within the catalogue, I've done that. So Coles are my main client, and I also do Foodworks, Sukin, skincare. There's a few clients that I work with.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. The Moose is in the house. How you going, mate? How are the Etsy fees at the moment? You said they went up. How are they compared to eBay?
Well, they've gone up to 16%. So you get charged for your listing, and then you get charged for the sale as well. But I mean, I like to say I'll make over $1,000 in sales in a month, and then about $200 is Etsy fees. So in the grand scheme of things, it's really not as bad when it's just an easy platform to list on.
Yeah, I mean, I get people tell me all the time, every now and then, about eBay fee. Oh, I don't sell on eBay because I hate the fees. And it's like, well, the fees actually aren't that bad. Like, you know, they charge you 12.5% plus whatever you promoted. I mean, if you wanted to rent out a brick and mortar store and have way less traffic, it's going to cost you way more than, 12.5% per item or whatever. Or if you went to an auction house, they're going to charge you way more as well. So it's actually not that bad considering. But I think from an old school seller, I've been selling on eBay for 20 years. I mean, we used to pay 2.4% or something.
Yeah.
We did have to pay for listings though back then. So paid per listing. So my vintage clothing is so slow on eBay considering listing on Etsy. Is that
market for clothing, I think, but also Depop. Depop is another. There's quite a lot of younger customers on there who like a bargain, but I list my vintage fashion on Depop as well as Etsy, and it does pretty well.
Makes sense using Insta for pre-sales. No, yeah. Tony, how you going? All right, we've got some underrated or overrated. As usual, I haven't really looked at them. I've scanned across them. The first one is the disgruntled octopus. He said Mother's Day.
Underrated. I'll stand up for the chat. Underrated. The mothers deserve they deserve more days than today. We love our mums, don't we? And the mums do so much for the world. So I think very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's a no-brainer. We'll go back to this for a second. What would you do nowadays? Pay per listing or a percentage? Well, back then we paid, I can't remember, I think it was 50 cents per listing. It was cheaper before that, but then I think it was 50 cents for a fair while, and then you paid 2.4% or whatever. It depends how many listings you got, really. So if you're only listing 100 things, every couple of months, then you'd obviously prefer the old school way. But if you're listing thousands of things, you prefer it how it is now, I guess. Mr. Octopus, why would you say that? Don't refer to him as Mr. Octopus. Refer to him as Octopath, because he's a psychopath trying to take over the world. All right. Well, we all know Mother's Day is underrated. Every day is Mother's Day. So we'll just move on. I got one here from Judda, and it's a little bit cheeky. St Kilda, overrated or underrated?
I was dreading this one because
I'm a St Kilda supporter.
I didn't realize we actually had two. I was actually doing that to troll JT, and then that was before I realized I was actually going to be on here with her. So I'm going to cowardly overrated.
No.
I actually
Totally underrated.
I actually think this year they're underrated because no one really. I don't think anyone expected them to be any good this year. They've actually done all right, except they got smashed. They got smashed in the first round, but since then they've been all right.
Yeah,
they lost.
I had to leave at the end of the first quarter today, and I was like, I'm glad I'm walking out the door. But then I looked at the halftime score. I'm like, all right, there's maybe a little bit. And then I was like driving to my partner, can you tell me the score? And then I was like, oh, there's only 20 points in it. All right, there's a chance. And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, they have these little. They have those little bursts, Melbourne, don't they? They just there'll be a 10 minutes within a game where they'll just pump on 6 or 7 goals and it's all over. And they tend to do it every week too. Saints are overrated.
I had a little wager on Higgins too, and I had every leg, and I would have gotten a couple of hundred, but Higgins, I lost it out on 2.
The team overrated, the suburb underrated. Some good finds in St Kilda.
Interesting.
Sorry. Doesn't matter. Well, we'll move on. We'll do Judda's other one. He put 2 in. And the other one is Savers. Underrated or overrated?
For me, it's underrated because their prices are just so good over here. Whereas Vinnies and Good Sammys are freaking. They're because I look at DVDs. So DVDs at Salvos is 50 cents. DVDs at Good Sammys. I ain't going there.
It was Savers, not Salvos. Do you have Savers over there?
Oh, I don't have a Savers.
Oh, it's overrated, if you ask me. Their prices are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a tough one. What do you think, Judda? I know you've had a bit of a hate relationship with it, but you went there again the other day.
Yeah, so I'm probably not in the right position to have an opinion on it, but I'm going to have one anyway because I've only ever been to Savers 3 times. I went once, it was about 12 months ago, and I was in a grumpy mood, so I just didn't enjoy Savers. I went when I was over in South Australia, so I went with Brad, Jazz and Cara. I didn't pick up a lot there, but I was, flying and stuff, so I wasn't there to pick up heaps of stuff. And then obviously I went just Thursday just gone with Sarah. And I got a couple of things. I think it has the potential to be underrated in the fact that the prices are high. I like that because if you're very good within your niche, then, it can be underrated. You can get stuff. Like Sarah walked out with a trolley full of stuff, So I think in that sense, definitely. But to me, across the broader range of the community, I see a lot of hype around Savers, and I'm not quite digging it yet. Shopping trolleys in op shops is kind of weird to me because I'm from the bush.
Yeah.
So I say, and inexperienced, overrated, but that's me going 3 times in my life. So probably not the best place to have an opinion on that. That's why I put the question in, not expecting to be on the panel.
Yeah, true.
I think you have to go in there with the right mentality. I think you have to go in there knowing that you're not going to be able to buy bread and butter stuff cheap enough to be able to resell. But there'll be like friggin' footy polo shirts in there for $15, which you just can't buy. But then an absolute banger will still be $15. So you kind of going in there looking for the real good stuff amongst all the sort of just bread and butter stuff. And it's also a bit better for me than you, Judda, because the DVDs and that are pretty decent in there. If they get like TV series or whatever, they usually bundle them together, and they're actually not too bad, the prices. So I went in there the other day. Where's the comment? In my video, I mentioned it in my video. Brendan recognized me in there in Savers, and they just put out a ton of games. Like I'd never find any games in Savers, and they must have just put them all out. And he just beat me to them.
Oh.
But he totally just left like half. He's like, I haven't even looked through that half. He's like, he had a whole heap of basketball jerseys. They were fake, but they were good fakes. They were like $2.99 each or something. So he had all them, and then he had a whole heap of Wii Mario games. And he's like, "Oh, you can take the rest." Like, so he left the rest to me. So thanks for that, Brendan. He was a really good fella too. And he said he's got some secret shops, so stay away. So they're not going to be secret for very long because I'm just going to look them up on Google and probably put them in my next video. Can be expensive, but gold is there. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. No savers in.
Like the homeware, especially going through the homeware and the knickknacks and stuff. A lot of it's broken, but then they still got a big price on it. So you really have to look hard to find the gold.
That's the same with the DVDs and the games. They don't check the discs at all. You have to check every single disc because like half of them are trashed. I think in my video, the Just Dance Switch game, I didn't check that because it's just a cartridge. I just quickly opened it, saw there was a cartridge, closed it. I listed it the other day. I had Mario Kart in it. It was actually Mario Kart the cartridge of Mario Kart was worth more than just the complete copy of Just Dance. So it was actually better. But yeah, you really got to check everything in there, don't you? Like it's a lot of they just put everything out basically. Yeah, that's true.
Have a lot of that.
100%.
Suburbs are overpriced. I work in an op shop and we are the cheapest and donate the money to local church. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Like sorry.
Leah lives in Portland. That's my sister. She lives in Portland, so they've got a couple smaller op shops in her area where she's now volunteering at.
Yeah, I've mentioned it a few times. I tell everyone don't donate to Salvos and Vinnies. You're just paying their wages basically. Setup is awesome, but that's the other thing with Savers. There's so much in there. Like it's hard not to find something really. The little toy packets look like fun. Yeah, a lot of them are just garbage. Christian finds heaps of good stuff in those toy packets. Like, I don't know how he does it because every time I go there, it's just there's garbage in them.
Garbage in there.
I think he got me excited over that stuff too because, I see him plucking just gems off the wall constantly. When we went there the other day, it was just like literally dog shit in a bag. There was nothing.
I don't know if I should say this publicly, but I think I figured it out why he gets so much good stuff from Savers. Because I went there the other day just before they were closing. He's a teacher. He can't get there till 5. Like they close at 6. He can't get there till like 5. And I went there at about that time, and it was stacked. Like the whole store was stacked. Like, they just put out a whole heap of. It might have just been a coincidence, but might be a late in the day thing where they just put a whole bunch of stuff out ready for the next day.
So that's the trick.
How was Savers for the nans? The octopus loves Salvos and Vinny's nans. They're all hipsters working in there, mate. There's no nans to be seen at all.
No.
Op shop I work at, we check the CDs and we don't sell burger. Yeah, every op shop that I go into, I know if I have to check the disc or not. Some of them I know I don't need to check it, but others I do because it's just horrible. Dog shit in a bag. All right, we'll move on to the next one. This one's from Lazy Improvement. Asking for a discount at the op shop.
Nope.
Yeah, I'd say
I guess I use the card. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll utilize that instead of, unless I'm buying like 100 or 200 DVDs, then I might say, hey, how much for the whole lot? But that's as far as I go.
If I'm buying something for myself and it's damaged, then I will say, it doesn't say as is on the top, the little price tag. So has this been seen, the damage? But that's only if I'm buying for myself. If it's for the shop, I never ever ask for a discount. Like you said, I just use my discount cards when yeah.
I think the problem is if you ask Vinnies or Salvos, they'll tell you to get stuffed. If you go to a church shop or any of that, they're cheap enough anyway, so you don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one, how you going? Depends. And if something is broken or stained or whatever, and I need to fix it, then I ask if I know the work as well. I know likely of getting discount slim as prices are. Yeah, I think, and it's just those bigger op shops that they won't give a discount anyway. Most of them.
I think because they mainly they know they're trying to sell it to people that don't want to pay the full price, not selling to like us resell it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Manager at my local Vinnies makes gestures with the sushi knife if I ask too many questions. I feel funny asking for a discount. I don't think I've ever asked in an op shop for a discount.
No, I can't say I have.
That's him for a discount. Pre-owned Princess, who's in the chat, sending offers to watches.
Underrated.
Agreed.
I'll send them out every day, hour. Whenever I get up to 50, I think I just do a massive bulk send out. That's probably about 3 times a day. I reckon I do it.
Yeah, I do it all day. Whenever I pick my phone up, I've said it before. I pick my phone up to check the footage score, then I just quickly open the eBay app, and if there's any offers there, I send them out.
You can't do anything with the phone is you can't send out bulk. You can only do it on the laptop, yeah.
I don't think you can do it bulk on the phone. I'd prefer not to anyway. I just, each
I
item.
do it on the laptop. That's why I only do it 3 times a day.
Can you send out offers on Etsy, Sarah?
No, you can't. With Etsy, you do get the occasional customer message and ask if you can do something cheaper, which I consider myself fairly cheap anyway. I think the thing that I get mostly asked though is if I can do postage cheaper, which is always a no. I can't. That is the actual postage cost. I don't charge extra for handling or my packing materials or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had. I hope she doesn't mind me saying this. Nina Crack on the Rack, she messaged me just before we went live because she had someone messaging her on eBay asking, saying they were in hospital, doing the whole I'm in hospital and I'm in hospital. I just want to treat myself, like things are really bad, blah blah blah. Just trying to guilt her into a cheaper price. She asked me what I should do. I thought her she should tell them to get stuffed. Can't stand those people that are trying to guilt you into a cheaper price by telling you they're in hospital. Things are really terrible. I've got no money because of medical bills. Well, you don't need a I told her just to tell them if you're going to give a discount normally, offer them the same discount. That's it. Always send offers. Underrated, gives me a chance to talk at people again. Do them like 40 times. I'm probably about the same.
Yeah.
You're the same as well, aren't you, Judda?
Oh, it's super underrated, I reckon, because like I've spoken to people that don't like doing it. They said, their items are priced well anyway, which is fair enough. If you price and if you're pricing your items well, that's great. But at the same time, I actually get majority of my sales through offers, whether someone sent it to me or I've sent it to them. So I find the offer feature just either way, whether you're sending or receiving, I find it super underrated. And sometimes you think you price something a little high, and sometimes someone does lowball you a price that's probably kind of relevant, and you sort of, I know I used to do it early days, get my back up. Nah, I'm not accepting that. Whereas normally I'd send out that exact same offer to someone else. I'd kind of get shitty at the person for lowballing me a sort of acceptable price. So, I'm now looking at it more as if, well, is it profit? Is it an okay profit? Well, let's take it. I'm accepting more offers. I'm getting more sales, and that's triggering the algorithms to tick over more sales. So I think either way, it's super underrated. I love the offer feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it bumps you up, bumps your item back up to the top of the listings as well. Anyway, I reckon because the amount of times you send out offers and then someone else buys it for full price. It happens too regularly for it to be a coincidence. So totally underrated. So there is I know Pete, who we had on last week, he doesn't like to send out offers. He likes, that's my price, but he sells those items are like really rare video games and stuff.
Yeah.
And he knows, he's happy to let it sit because he knows it will sell for that price.
Yeah, that's right. If you're selling in such a niche like that, like the stuff he gets and his knowledge around that category is insane. Like we talk back and forth with Peter, like he knows his shit. And when you're getting that price, well, there's no point. Like, I've got other things where I don't need the offer feature because, it's you're going to get it. You're going to get it, whether it's eventual or it's going to get snapped up quick. It's super rare. So there is instances where you definitely don't need it, but in the bigger scheme of things, I still think underrated.
I had one just before we went live. It's Mario Brothers on the Wii. And I got it listed for 33. It's the cheapest one on eBay. Bloke offered me 20. So I just counted at 30. It's going to sell within the next couple of days for full price anyway. So it always does. So I just offered him. I counted at 30. He counted back at 25, and somehow it was the last offer, so I just declined it. And he came back at me with another offer of 27. Like, it's $3. I counted with $30 and I wrote a message this time. I said, this is my best offer. It's the cheapest one on eBay. It's going to sell regardless whether you buy it or not, or whatever. I said it a lot more nicer than that. So he counted me with 26. Smart ass. So I haven't had a chance yet, but I'm just going to block him after the show. I'm reading these ones out of my messages. My friend Haley, who's a reseller from around here, she sent me a few through messages. Testing video games. Well, testing video games is way overrated. I don't test any of them.
No, I think overrated.
VHS, a DVD, or a video game, and I sell all. So I don't spend that time doing it.
No, I know Bowden tests all these video games. He actually loads the PS4 games onto, it takes a couple of hours onto the system. Like, wow, you can tell from the disc, if it's going to play or not. Once you've done it for a while, you can. The cartridges are just so durable. Like, it's pretty rare to find one that doesn't work.
And most of those, Craig taught me the trick with the old cotton bud. You swipe the cotton bud along those cartridges and they generally work. So I just do that. I don't test the cartridges. I just swipe the cotton bud along and I've never had an issue with them. Not that I sell huge volumes of them. If it's scratched, I just don't sell it. Like, you know, your PS2, PS1, Xbox stuff, if they got scratches on them, I don't personally bother with it. Like, if they're bad, that's just the way I get around with it. Then I don't have to test. I put them in a big bundle, chuck them on Facebook, and somebody else can take a punt at a cheap price, you know.
Yeah.
I've got a little cleaner there. If they're only minor scratches, I'll bang them through that, but I'm not testing games. I haven't got time for that shit.
No.
Yeah.
With the disc
We
too,
buy everything.
it depends on the system, and PS2s are really sensitive. So, you know, you can get away with a bit more scratches on a Wii disc, like not scratches, like light sort of scratches on a Wii disc, and also for the reason that Wii discs are usually just kids using them, so people that are receiving them are expecting them to have scratches on them, so you can sort of get away with it a bit more. But yeah, I just judge it from my eye, and I've never really had a problem. Send you an offer for $8.88.
Well, I'd say to anyone that sells DVDs, like, if you don't have a buffing machine, you've got to get one. Like, they are so underrated. They make you so much. Like, I guess we have a very high-tech machine, but even if people are selling DVDs and they've got a lot, you know, just $100 on one, the amount of repeat business you would get, just, it would bring
I think I saw your one in your video, JT, and it's awesome. Like, I really would love to get one. I don't think the cheaper ones do nowhere near the same job.
No, it definitely wouldn't. But I guess the DVDs is selling. But I would still recommend that if anyone's going to be in, I guess, that media, anything to do with a disc, your money is so worth it, because the amount of discs crash. It's just beyond a joke. So,
what is this?
Like this last week,
What is that?
Can't see it.
It's turtle wax.
Scratches.
Yeah, for the car.
Turtle wax.
Oh, okay.
And a microfiber cloth, and it works like an absolute dream. You only need. I bought this like 3 or 4 years ago. You only need. It's still half full. You only need the tiniest little drop on your cloth. And everything just comes off, not the scratches, obviously, but like your machine actually takes a few layers off the disc, so it actually gets rid of those light scratches. But that just for cleaning, that's the thing that I would recommend the most. If you're not going to be buying
I know $100 could be a lot to somebody, but you could make that money back very quickly if you just, that $100 buffing machine, and it saves a lot of deep. Like, 'cause that's where we started. We just had this small little $50 buffing machine, and yeah, it takes heaps longer than what I've got now. But if you're gonna be in the industry, you got to get one.
I test VHS because they're old. Yeah, you don't. I wouldn't really bother if they've got no mold on them. Like, if they've got mold on them, you can't really. You could sell them with mold on them. I wouldn't test them if they got mold on them, because they'll just dirty your player. But yeah, I wouldn't bother testing them. Most people that are buying them are expecting them to be untested anyway. I sell them. I just sell them as untested. The only thing that I put in my listings that are untested, like the game cartridges and stuff, I don't test them, but I say they're tested. But videotapes, and the only reason I do that is because people feel like it's a way they can scam you. Like, if it's untested, they'll just say it didn't work. But yeah, the VHS, the collectors kind of, they're probably going to work anyway, and then if they don't, they're going to expect that to happen occasionally. So
you're going to find, like, a good portion of those collectors, like, I know we've got so many of them, and we don't test a single one. Take good photos. You put in your description that, you're buying the tape on the basis that it is as is, and most only buying it for the slipcase. They're not buying it to actually watch the movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I reckon Blockbuster, 9 times out of 10, it's fingerprints. It is, and that's what that turtle wax is good for. Sometimes you get fingerprints that will just wipe off with the microfiber really easily. Sometimes you get fingerprints that just will not come off. That turtle wax just takes it straight off. It's really good. What brand? That's what I was going to ask too. What brand is the machine you're using, JT?
Let me look at a previous. Let me see if I've got my description on something. And I was called it VMI 550. So it's pretty much an old Blockbuster rental, buffing machine. So yeah, if I bought that brand new, which we're going to buy another one brand new, that we've got 2 on the go, you are looking at over $1,000 easily.
Wow.
But we're gonna buy a brand new one, and we're gonna keep this one, and then when the one that we've got ends up, then we've still got a brand new one to use. But yeah, for what I've got, it's called a VMI 550, I think it is. And I did a recent video, a clip on how it looked, and then what it took to make seconds, and it was done. Stuff like that, but I still recommend if you can get one for $100, just a cheaper one. If you're not turning over as many items as, it's definitely still worth it.
Yeah.
Because I just hear, I didn't pick up this DVD even though it's selling for like, I didn't get up because it's got scratches on it. Like, you've just lost that one.
You're breaking up pretty bad there, JT.
That's just my fault.
Losing her.
Yeah, we're losing her. You're breaking up pretty bad. We can still sort of hear.
You might want to get that CD buffer and use it on your laptop and see if it does anything. You're going a bit blurry.
There's lots of options to try out VHS. It does my head in. Don't stop.
Don't throw them out. Tell them not to chuck them, Leah.
Yeah.
She also calls me with a whole heap of books they're throwing out. Like,
yeah.
No, it's sad.
Find me on Instagram and send me pictures before you throw them out. So I'll tell you if you should take some home or not. About 98% of them are worth throwing out, to be honest. The tip of the turtle wax. I've been using an old priest and a young priest to get those pesky fingerprints out. All right, we'll move on from that. This one I don't really get. I mean, I get what she's saying, but do you have require immediate payment turned on? I think it is required anyway. If someone's just buying at full price, doesn't matter, make a difference. I think with offers, it's not. Can you? I don't know, Judda. Can you make it so that you can't make it so that people have to pay when they accept an offer? Can you? Otherwise, we'd all do it.
No.
I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, why would they have that checkbox there to tick if it wasn't going to do anything? So potentially, maybe you can. I actually don't know. Mine's set. If I send an offer or they accept, or I accept an offer, then I've got to wait for them to pay. If they go to purchase the item directly from me, they have to pay immediately. So I don't know what would happen if I did anything else. Someone in the chat may know that one. Where's Brad? Brad's our go-to man. He'll know.
Yeah. I don't think I think it's an old thing that eBay had before you actually did have to pay immediately. And I don't think.
Yeah.
I just think they haven't removed it. Basically, the option from listings. I think they're encouraging payment soon. I think they're bringing in instant payment when you accept an offer.
In forecourt. Fucking correct.
You got there.
What's he drinking?
He's been sober since Christmas, he told me. That's probably why he can't spell anymore.
We're in our group chat. Brad's autocorrect comes up with the most bizarre fucking words. It's hilarious. We were giving him shit the other day. It's funny.
Jazz has got it. Jazz has fixed it.
Yeah.
I think when they bring in, yes, they are enforcing payments soon. I think it's going to be shit. I actually think it's going to be shit. I think we're just going to get the same amount of people that aren't going to pay. They're just going to request their money back instead of just not contacting us.
Yeah. Buyer's
And
regret.
it's just going to be really annoying, I think. You're going to end, if you don't give them their money back, you're going to end up with a negative and all this shit. So I actually think it's going to be.
I like it the way it is now. For auction items for us, like we have like one buyer that will buy multiple tapes across them all up and pay for them at the end of the week. So we like that. They don't have to pay immediately. So that will suck if it comes from the buyer. So any guy that we don't know that's bought something and it's been 4 or 5 days, we'll just go, nah, you can go back up for sale. So.
Yeah, I mean, I get people contact me occasionally and say, "Oh, you know, I'd be happy to accept your offer, but I can't pay like until 2 to 3 days time." And I just say, "Yeah, that's fine, take it." Like, so they won't be able to do that anymore.
Yeah, that was up.
Turn it off in the settings. It's in the same area as your block buyers. What else we got here? We must be nearly finished. We haven't had many that are relevant to like Etsy selling or anything, which is unfortunate.
Right. I'm learning stuff here too.
Yeah. The biggest thing you've learnt is get your sister to not throw out old VHS.
Tell her all the time.
Discogs. Discogs is a website where you can buy and sell like media, CDs, vinyl, cassettes, that sort of thing. Discogs app to check CD vinyl worth. I get asked this all the time about CDs and stuff. If I use Discogs to price items and things like that, and I don't at all. I don't. I know a lot of people do, but I don't see the point. Like eBay's where I'm selling it, so I'm going to go off eBay's market because some of the prices can be way different with Discogs. I don't know if any of you guys use Discogs at all, or probably not.
Yeah, I've used it in the past. I agree. I mean, if I'm going to do my pricing research, I'm going to do it on eBay 9 times out of 10. But I do sell a bit of vinyl and stuff, and I've had sort of instances where the exact vinyl that I've got isn't on eBay. It hasn't sold on eBay. It wasn't an original print. It was a particular print. So, that's when I find Discogs kind of handy. You can look at that individual print and get a rough idea. Is it actually worth something more? Because I found, I had a, I can't remember what it was now. I had a record there probably 12 months ago. And it wasn't a first print, but it was smack bang in the middle, but it was a rarer print. There wasn't too many of them, and it actually made it more valuable. I couldn't find that particular one on eBay. I couldn't find it anywhere on there sold or listed within that 9-year period. So I looked on Discogs, and it was probably $40 above kind of market of what everything else was going. I listed it and it sold straight away for that price. So in that sense, underrated. But most of the time, no, I'd price on eBay.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have used Discogs for other things. I just don't use it for pricing. Really, it's great for if you just. There's so many different releases of a record, and you just chuck the catalog number in, you can find exactly what release it is, all that sort of stuff, where it was printed, everything. So it is really good. Like there's so much information on there. It's not funny, but like if occasionally I'll get someone message me, I can like on eBay, I'll have a CD listed, say it's for $25, and they'll message me and say, "Oh, I can buy this on Discogs for $15." And that's like, well, mine's the cheapest on eBay. Like, I couldn't care less about Discogs because most people just go straight to eBay. They don't go checking all the other websites. So, the sort of the prices on there are sort of a little bit irrelevant. JT, is it the Venmill?
Yes.
Those.
I quickly had a look. So it looks just like.
Oh yeah.
Can you still?
You break it up, but all right.
Because you guys are clear on my end.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, you're well, you are 2 hours behind, so we're in the future. So maybe that's got something to do. I'll pretend to care. What's the most interesting feature of Etsy? That's a good question.
Thanks for caring. You know what? I think it's actually just the fact that you can personalize your store. So it's almost like your own personal website where you're selling. It's just, you can make it, you've got your heading and you've got your footer picture and your about you section and stuff like that. So it's very personalized, and you can rearrange your stock so that it has sort of like a flow to it, more curated. So yeah, I really just love that about Etsy. It's a bit more personalized.
Yeah, cool.
If you care.
It probably wouldn't be for me then, because I'm hopeless at designing that sort of thing, or setting up that sort of thing. Demo or not for sale sample records are great. Yep. That's the Venmill 3500. This is all those vlog.
If you can, the one that's what I'm about. The one.
We can't hear anything you're saying, JT. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No?
I can hear you guys quickly.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can hear you again now. The 2.5 grand.
The model I've got is the model down from that, but it looks exactly like it. So it's just under that.
Cool. All right. I think that is all. That is all we have for overrated and underrated. So I think we'll wrap up. Thanks heaps for coming on, guys. Sarah, especially because we haven't seen you before. Mm-hmm. It's been really good to catch up and to meet you.
You too.
Bianca, we will definitely get on in the future. I think I've got the next couple of weeks already set up, so maybe we'll get Bianca on after that. We've got Charlie on next week, barring anyone getting sick. It's actually happened. This is the 3rd time that it's happened where I've organised a guest and they've got sick. So I think I'm cursed. Like, I feel sorry for whoever I asked to come on, because they're gonna get sick.
Don't say that.
So yeah, we'll catch up with Bianca soon. Anyway, so thanks for coming on. Thanks everyone for watching. It was a killer night, and we will see everyone next week.
Awesome. Thank you.
See ya.